Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first Independence Day speech in his third term in office, the 11th since 2014, sought to signal continuity and authority, particularly in the context of the fact that he is now leading a coalition government. He called for a uniform civil code, terming it a secular measure agnostic of religious faiths, one nation, one election, and increased safety of women against the backdrop of the sexual assault and murder of an on duty doctor in Kolkata recently. Mr. Modi said there were attempts to destabilize the economy of the country, echoing the BJP's view on a recent report by US based short seller Hindenburg Research that has accused the head of stock market regulator SEBI of conflict of interest. Mr. Modi criticized the continuing trend of dynastic politics and suggested that 1 lakh first generation young leaders should enter electoral politics at various levels, and also expressed hope for peace being restored in Bangladesh. Reviewing his 2 terms in power, he claimed that India has made great strides in manufacturing and in fighting corruption and vowed to stay the course regardless of obstacles. The desirability of a uniform civil code or more youngsters in politics or fighting corruption is not in question. But unfortunately, all these remain contentious issues, largely due to the government's partisan approach. That leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi, was seated in a back row of the audience at Red Fort, where Mr. Modi delivered his customary address, is instructive. The government's explanation for this breach of precedent, that the seats in the front rows were given to members of this year's Olympic team, is hardly a reasonable one. The government needs to be less unilateral and more consultative if it is truly committed to advancing a unified national agenda in the 78th year of India. A uniform civil code in a country as diverse as India requires consensus building and ending the opportunistic use of the issue to attack the Muslim community. The government cannot fight corruption by investigating only opposition leaders and overlooking serious charges against functionaries such as the SEBI chief. Criticism of the government is not a conspiracy to destabilize the nation, and labeling it as such is appealing only to a diminishing number of people. Independence Day should be a good occasion as any other to remember that the nation is not the government, and certainly not synonymous with the party in power.